Hello guys, today I will tell you the full life story of Master Oogway. Almost 1,000 years ago, Oogway departed from his home in the Galapagos Islands on a journey of discovery, traveling all around the world and visiting every country until he arrived in China. Oogway stood on a hill overlooking the land that would later become known as the Valley of Peace and knew that he had found the place he would call home for the rest of his life. To commemorate the moment, Oogway planted the seed of his favorite tree on the hill, which would eventually grow into the peach tree of heavenly wisdom. Oogway accomplished many things after this, such include the creation and perfection of Kung Fu, the development of the Dragon Warrior legend and creation of the Dragon Scroll, the peace sustaining in the Valley of Peace, and the assisting of others outside the valley. He was also an ally of the four constellations and conspired with them to prevent their fallen master Jindao from capturing the wellspring. Oogway recruited Bunny Dharma to craft the spirit urn for use against Jindao, but the plan to trap his spirit within it failed. Sometime during his youth, he was an ambitious warrior who led a mighty army, fighting side by side with Kai, his brother in arms and his closest friend. One day, they were ambushed and Oogway was badly wounded. Kai carried his friend for days, searching for help, until they came upon a secret village high in the mountains and inhabited by pandas, who used their mastery of Chi to heal Oogway. Fascinated by the power, Oogway was taught by the pandas how to use it, but Kai was solely interested in increasing his own power, which he discovered he could do by taking the Chi of others. Oogway realized he had to stop Kai, and the two former friends engaged in a fierce battle that shook the earth. In the end, Oogway triumphed, banishing Kai to the spirit realm. Sometime in his youth, a dangerous tribe of underworld demons took up residence in the valley, terrorizing its citizens and laying waste to the settlement, gleefully destroying all who attempted to escape or enter. The peaceful villagers fled for their lives amidst the onslaught, but Master Oogway stood against the otherworldly menace, using his fighting skills in conjunction with the hero's Chi, a power gifted from heaven that dwelt within the tortoise's body. Using this mystic life energy to fuel his abilities, Oogway drove the demons back from whence they came, the demonic hordes fleeing back to the underworld through a crater atop Jade Mountain. He used the hero's Chi in order to seal the entrance, preventing their return, but one more demon remained at large. Faster and stronger than his dark brethren, the demon king K-Pa appeared before the Kung Fu master in the form of a giant dragon, taking advantage of Oogway's exhausted and weakened state to finish him off. Defenseless against the monster's onslaught, the tortoise collapsed at the foot of the peach tree of heavenly wisdom. Since Oogway had protected the Valley of Peace, the tree, in turn, chose to protect him, using the powers to heaven and earth to re-energize the injured master, enabling him to defeat K-Pa. Oogway used his hero's Chi to trap the dragon-like demon in the body of a mortal pig, rendering him powerless so long as the peach tree lived. At a later point in time, the villagers built the Jade Palace atop the mountain in tribute to Master Oogway's many great deeds. The building was constructed in the very place where the portal to the underworld had been sealed, and it was in his new home that Oogway would train many others in the art of Kung Fu. Though it is unknown exactly when, Oogway eventually admitted Shifu, who had departed from his family to commit himself entirely to the training and duties of Kung Fu at the Jade Palace. Through his hard work and determination, Shifu was eventually elevated to the rank of master. In the art of balance, when Shifu rose to the rank of master in his youth, he quickly became overwhelmed by a mass of new responsibilities. Unable to cope with the stress, Shifu decided to quit his Kung Fu life, but Oogway stopped him and taught him Hing Kung, which involved balancing on leaves. Through Oogway's teachings, Shifu learned to regain internal balance. In Legends of Awesomeness, according to a flashback in Father Crime, Oogway took Shifu on as a student after Shifu's father, Shirong, left him sitting at the top of the steps to the Jade Palace. Another flashback from The Spirit Orbs of Master Ding reveals that Oogway fought alongside the previous Furious Five to defeat Ding and imprison him within Magoo Mountain. In the episode Scorpion's Sting, Shifu told Po and the Furious Five of Oogway's involvement with Scorpion's history. Being the celebrated healer in the Valley of Peace, Scorpion one day came across a hypnotic elixir, which warped her body and mind upon injection. This corrupted scorpion used her new power to brainwash the citizens of the Valley of Peace and launch an assault on the Jade Palace. Oogway protected the palace, having used two things to his advantage: the villagers' loyalty, which he used to free them from their mind control, and his hard shell, which shattered Scorpion's stinger when she attempted to sting him. After Scorpion was defeated, Oogway exiled her from the Valley of Peace. In Sight for Sore Eyes, it was revealed that Junji was also one of Oogway's students, but that his anger prompted Oogway to choose Shifu to oversee the Jade Palace instead. In I'll Be Back, Oogway trained Feng Wang, who was a member of the prior Furious Five, and became the most powerful under Oogway's tutelage. She turned dark, desiring to rule the Jade Palace herself, and challenged Oogway. The old turtle had foreseen Feng Wang's fall from grace and had crafted an owl-shaped inescapable cage to imprison her. They fought fiercely, but the owl could not defeat Oogway, and so fled the palace before she could be captured. Oogway is later referenced in the episode, Enter the Dragon, in which the demon king K-Pa narrates the story of his defeat at the hands of the old tortoise. Due to the death of the peach tree of heavenly wisdom, K-Pa dark magic returns to him, allowing him to return to his mighty dragon form upon the tree's final demise. After enslaving the citizens of the Valley of Peace and destroying the Jade Palace, the demon finds that Oogway left the heroes Cheetah Po, who uses the mystic power to defeat K-Pa just as the tortoise had once done in ages past. While the original peach tree was burned to ashes by the dragon's fire, it is the very sapling that Oogway and Shifu previously planted in the first movie that ultimately provided Po with the energy he needs to defeat K-Pa once and for all. In Mouth Off, it is revealed that Oogway also mentored Wushan and, due to his chatty nature, suggested that he undertake a vow of silence to improve his skills. A week later, he witnessed as Wushan invented his signature technique, the Silken Moon Touch.
Make him famous. The Silken Moon Touch. Master Woha, I believe this belongs to you.
Subscribe button.
Thank you, Dragon Warrior. Now I have restored my honor and the honor